Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between VampyWorm and XmanOw on Invader, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is XmanOw, which I guess could be like, why did I say Z-Man? I don't know. XmanOw it is. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is VampyWorm. Alright, so here we are with a PVZ for you guys on the channel. Having a hard time finding that matchup recently, so if you're a fan of it like I am, I apologize. I'm waiting for another tournament to release their replay packs. If you know of any that I've missed, please comment on the video here, or send me an email at falconpaladin@gmail.com and send me what you know of, because I would really appreciate it. The last major tournament that I have replays for is WCS 2016 Spring Championship. That is not the same thing as the DreamHack Austin replays, which as far as I know were never released, and I'm very sad about that. If you can find those, I would be super duper happy about that one. But anyway, for the time being, it looks like it hatched first into an extractor, into a pool for XmanOw. I'm not sure if he's saying like the X-Men are hurt a lot. Reminds me of Deadpool. If you haven't seen Deadpool and you're not comfortable with R-rated material, I'd suggest you not do that. But Deadpool is really hilarious, and there's a scene where he goes to ask the X-Men for help, and there's like two C-list X-Men who are hanging out, and there's nobody else there at the mansion. It is a funny scene. It is really good, and that's kind of what the vibe I'm getting here from XmanOw. Anyway, it looks like a 1-gate expand popping on out here for VampyWorm. Has the gateway, has the double assimilators, and should have a cybernetics core popping out here very shortly. As well, both players scouting the wrong direction to try to find their opponent. This probe running around hoping against all hope that his Zerg opponent is here. But no, it is not. And not down here either, but instead down here. You chose poorly. You chose poorly, Mr. VampyWorm. And indeed, there's the cybernetics core. So, fairly standard stuff indeed. I know somebody said they don't like it when other casters say standard, but man, sometimes there's really nothing super different to talk about. Gateway into expansion, into double assimilator, into cybernetics core is pretty much the safest thing you can do as a Protoss player in PvZ. You can go Nexus first. Sometimes you can get away with that, and I recommend, honestly, doing that on certain maps like Dusk Towers. But anyway, we have cybernetics core researching the warp gate research and getting an adept here too for the VampyWorm. More and more workers coming out. 2 queens actually popping here for X-Man. 1 and 1 there too. Means he will have 3 very soon, which is good. I really like queens for base defense in the early game for the Zerg, both against Terran and against Protoss. Although against Adepts, it is hard for the Adepts to kill queens, but the queen DPS isn't necessarily enough to kill the Adepts either. So it kind of turns into a stalemate where the Adepts try to kill as many workers as they can before the queens kill them. So it's kind of a race against time that way. Robotics facility, very early robo facility on the way for VampyWorm. I'm going to say Immortal. Here, although it's hard to do that much Immortal with the Adepts that do cost gas as well. We'll just have to wait and see. Checking for a third base here is Vampy. We've seen Zerg players complain about this third base, saying it's a little bit too close to the opponent. It has these 2 ramps you have to guard, which is really stupid annoying. And you can kind of set up down here, especially Terran, set up down here, threaten this base while taking out any reinforcements that try to come from the natural as well. So we'll have to see. Some Zergs just skip it altogether. I've seen Zergs say that they'll just take this one. Instead, just go for the gold. It's a little bit weirder of a position. It's harder for the opponent to siege up all 3 bases at once, and can't say I blame them. Overlord in a great spot that VampyWorm cannot see it. Can see it. Oh, can see it. He missed just a little bit there. Actually, can only see it because of the Mothership Core. All right, so this is a good spot where the Mothership Core can scout air units, and so that's why it is visible. Third hatch coming up for X-Man. He doesn't have the same concerns that I've heard, and more power to him for that one. Dark Shrine on the way. Early Dark Shrine coming out here for the VampyWorm. We'll have to see exactly what that is all about. I like the positioning of these gateways, holding a wall against Ling attacks. Yes, they can knock down this debris, but it'll take them a while because this has 3 armor and 2,000 total hit points. Alright, so what do we got going on here? Gateway, Dark Shrine. Another gateway. Robotics facility has made. Did you make an observer robotics facility? No, warp prism. Oh. Alright, so here comes the warp prism. And making DTs. Alright, this is some scary stuff. Getting some Adepts mixed in there too, because why not? And making an Archon. Okay, so not actually a DT drop here. This looks like an Archon drop. Oh, which could be very, very good. Archons do excellent against Zerglings. This is going to be a drop in the main. Like this, there's no way they're going to worry about this third hatch at all. That does scout the warp prism though. And here we come. This is a very specific attempt by VampyWorm to do something here. And there are roaches, there are lings, there are a lot of roaches. Archon dropping, getting some shots off here, taking some shots there too, killing a lot of lings. 5 kills, pick up, run, and the warp prism decides to get the heck on out of there. Overlord scouting things out. Was that worth it is the question of the day. Dropping here as well. Regenerating those shields fairly quickly. As you can see, most of the health of an Archon is shields, which do come back if they stay out of combat there. The DT's trying to do some work, but no, there's an Overseer here now. X-Man looking good, though. Looking very good. Oh, the Archon dies. Oh, wasn't able to save it. Not enough room inside that Warp Prism. Bouncing back and forth here, bringing more DTs in, but there is a Spore Crawler. There is a Spore. Just trying to kill as many drones as possible, I think is the idea here. But no, walking right on in, then pick up. Boost out, still alive. Still alive. That's the deal. This little harassment has been doing very well. X-Man holding it to a certain level of capability as well. Only, let's see, 2 workers killed by Vampy. Units killed is 9. Resources lost 900 to 300. So Vampy is behind on this thing, but it has definitely kept the Zerg player on 3 bases, kept him from really droning up too hard to this point. If we take a look at the income, it is 56 to 39 workers. Vampy is back, actually the one who's been working so hard on that. The DT is looking for something to detect them. Doesn't see anything, so another round warps on in here. There's a Spore Crawler on the way. Where's the Overseer? Where is the Overseer? I don't know. Can they get the hatch? Corrosive Bile used. Bam! Actually getting a hit off there, forcing a bit of a move. And the hatch is going to fall. Where's the Overseer? Oh! Does end up getting that third base. That is such a huge hit. A huge hit for the Zerg player. I don't... Where... Okay, seriously. Units tab, Overseer. They're just both right here. Right here. Fly across the thing, X-Man. Fly across the... Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Spore Crawler wasn't quite there either, so getting the hatch was a big deal. Vampy was behind, and I think he is actually ahead now, considering his third Nexus is up and running. His income tab has 64 to 52 total Harvesters. More Archons coming up. Immortals on the way. I was correct with my Immortal prediction. That is a pretty good feeling there, and no more DT production, no more Archon production, but there are Mutalisks coming out now. Spire completed. Mutas on the way for XmanOw. And let's see, how will Mutas do against this composition that we're seeing? That's a lot of Archons. They do so bad against Archon. That's the problem here. Archons do fantastic against things they can hit, like Mutas. Mutas have a short range, which means they're right up close to the Archons, doing that splash damage, doing that 35 damage. Biological splash just hurts a lot. Mutas not so good against things like Marines that have a long range and hit really hard and really fast is kind of the deal here. Oh, the Mutas did find the Warp Prism. All the DTs do manage to get out, so that's nice. They escape before things get too bad. They might want to take down this hatch as well. Roach's Ravagers moving out. Maybe moving out at the wrong time for X-Man. Oh, no. Oh, no. The Overseer is moving too. I mean, if there's a Spore Crawler here, it doesn't matter if there's no army to kill these DTs. Trying to sneak on in. Can they get there? Yes, they get right on in there. Go right for the hatch. But no, Lings and Mutas come on in. Can they get it? There's still 3, 2, and 1. Nope, everyone came back. Everybody came back. But again, what that did was it kept the Zerg player inside his base for just a little bit longer. Really delayed this march on out from XmanOw. We have a cannon coming up here from Vampy. Double Stargate coming out too. A lot of Immortals. And here we come, threatening this third base. This one Zealot, poor guy, gets trapped in murder. This one too early to the party. Completely gone. Corrosive Bile's landing, trying to take out the pylons. A bit of a miss there, but this is a lot of Roaches, a lot of Ravagers too. The Archons getting focused down. That's another problem. The focusing down is a big, big issue. The Immortals, though, just wrecking these Roaches. Not a good spot to attack, and that is a choke that definitely benefits the Protoss player. Yes, Corrosive Biles did hit, but guess what? Immortals have a lot of hit points now. VampyWorm might be the one on the rampage. No, decides to back on out. Maybe get some more units here, some more attacking units. Zerg missile attack level 2 on the way, +1 ground weapons being researched for a VampyWorm. And here we go, bringing a probe. Is that on purpose? Do you want to throw up a pylon or something? I do not know. The Mutas scouting out that 4th base action. 4th base on the way for X-Man as well. Yeah, they saw it. They come back around there. I'm not sure if 4 Mutas is enough to actually kill a constructing Nexus. I don't know. Maybe send an Archon over there to deal with this. The Mutas aside. Yep, that was a waste of time. come back this way. Stalkers do chase after them. 3 Stalkers versus 3 Mutas. It's not exactly ponage there. There are some spine crawlers here coming from the backside. A lot of Ravagers, though. A lot of corrosive vials being landed, not hitting much of anything there. They're great dodge by VampyWorm right on top of everything. Yes, the Lings try to come on in here. They are going to take out one of the Archons. Another one possibly going to die here too. No, holding it. Holding on in. The Immortals. Nice dodge there once again. But again, the Ravagers do not take extra damage from the Immortals chasing away the Protoss player. More Archons coming out here too. We are seeing a lot of Phoenix mixed in off that double Stargate. And that's a lot of Mutas, though. That's a lot of Muta. Corrosive Vials landing, taking out that forward pylon. That was crazy, showing up on my map like that, or on the screen like that. And rebuffed once again is VampyWorm, forced to retreat on back home. The counterattack from XmanOw is not as strong as you would expect it to be. Both players just kind of hanging out right now, getting Infestors, getting Pathogen Glands. The timing is making a lot of sense right now for Xman, although no, the Infestors are going to finish before Pathogen Glands does. Maybe he's a little bit panicked on that one as well. Xman is now supply blocked. Are we hunting down these Overlords? Vampy, yep, Vampy is hunting down these Overlords, making a beeline to where he knows they are. Another one dying here. Xman forced to spend a lot of time, a lot of resources making additional Overlords here. He knows this one is here. He just can't see it right now. Did he forget? You might have forgotten. 5th base up for Vampy. 4th base. Let's see. 4th base up for Vampy. 4th base up for XmanOw. Income tab is 60 to 50 or 75 right now. Protoss player doing really well on the macro front, but that is a hive. That is a Baneling nest. I like what Xman is trying to make happen at this point. Archons mixed in. Stalkers mixed in here too. We have a lot of Phoenix, like I said before. Phoenix going to do very well against this Mutaflock, unless the Mutas can get around, possibly do some damage on one of these mineral lines. But I like the cannon placements by Vampy. He's done a good job making sure that's not going to be easy at the very least. One Immortal tries to come in. The Lings run right on it immediately. Good Fungal Bile here. Oh, Fungal Growth doing a ton of work, but the Mutas flying on over on top of the Archons with +1 attack. Who's going to win this thing? Corrosive Vials landing. The Mutas just getting absolutely destroyed by the Archons, and the Phoenix here taking out the remaining Roach. Can he survive it? Can he get all the way home? Is there charge on these Zealots? There is. Oh, but he lives anyway. He should have been dead, but he lives. Oh, no. Bad rally. Bad rally on these Overlords. Is that enough to supply block the Zerg player? It is. It does supply block the Zerg player. Oh. Ow, 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 ow. All right, so here it is. 138 to 121. Total supply. Army supply 60 to 60. But what is it? Okay, so it's the Infestors come right on in. Infestors getting lifted and killed there too. Oh, the Infestors. Oh no, great use of the Phoenix in this straight up battle by VampyWorm. It's able to sit in back with the Archons doing that splash damage. That is so damaging to the Zerg. Another Queen dies. Another Infestor dies doing absolutely nothing at all. One Archon does get taken down by these Roaches. I feel like this might be the last gasp for the Zerg player, and that's it. That is the Rage Quit from XmanOw. VampyWorm is victorious, and Protoss wins the game today. Yeah, so that was interesting. I did like that Archon drop play. The Archon comes in, an Adept mixed in there too to do some work. Yeah, XmanOw was able to take care of it, was able to handle it fairly well until the point he lost this 3rd hatch, which was a big-time problem. He didn't bring a single Overseer over just to see what was happening. Instead, he kept them in his main, maybe worried about the bounce back, as VampyWorm was kind of abusing the ability to fly back and forth there, where Xman had to run around. I'm sure it was frustrating him, but in the end, a fairly small group here does manage to work for VampyWorm. The Archons forced 16 kills on that one. Woo, 16 kills on an Archon is big deal. Templar in the front doing their work too. So that is it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.